Okay, I've been playing for about 10 minutes now. Uh, my current plan is just keep two tables going, and every 30 minutes go ahead and load another table, because I plan on being here for about 5 hours. And I'll probably stop the recording at each break, just so I can keep them separate. And, if there's a long time where I'm folding or something, I'll put that in a description or something, so be easy to keep up with. On this table, this was the first one to start, and I was in one hand against Giggles. I was in the cutoff, and he's been limping or small raising all over the place. And so I called him with 10-9 suited, and the flop came Jack, King, King with the heart draw, and he bet out again, and I raised him, and then on the turn I c-bet him. He folded. I think it's pretty standard, especially the way he's been playing. I will probably load the next game after the break starts. And currently, my plan for the start of these is to play pretty tight, maybe too tight, and just see if I can get a feel for the ranges and make sure that I'm thinking correctly about the different ranges and stuff. And especially early on, I'm definitely not going to be trying to get involved or anything. So I might do something like I did with Giggles or Gigs L 1000 or whatever. Um, just because it was so obvious that he was playing ridiculous, and I could take advantage of him there. So I guess I will look for spots, but I'm not going to be overly aggressive or overly loose or anything. And I'm using Cam Studio, which in some ways has been a pain to get working and everything, but I think it's alright now. I'm just going to check this flop since I don't see any need to get involved right now. If we get a free card for the next one, great. If not, I'm just folding, which is what I'm going to do. Both hands, I'll raise those. And don't see any need to go 2.5 yet. I think the bigger bet is okay there, and I'm not going to donk lead. I mean, I assume he didn't hit anything, so just put in a small value bet. And he raises. It's easy to think he has like a jack or a 9 or something. I don't think I need to call here. I do think if I hit my 10, I get a stack, so. These do flow kind of slow. Yesterday I loaded up some full tilt stuff. Um, I might load the same tournament again because I got kind of lucky in it. Played pretty decent. And I don't see it right now. So. Oh, the kitchen sink. I think I might play that. Still folding. There's a 55-cent tournament on here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this one. It's ridiculous, especially late, because you're so shallow stacked. You start out with like 2 big blinds or something. But at least there'll be something going, so. Oh, and I used to play this all the time. I like that one. It's always nice to flop a flush. I don't see any point in leading there. People are pretty much going to fold. I think I'll only pick up one bet from an ace or something. I try to min raise here just to see if I can induce action from this guy. It's highly unlikely, but he might spaz out if he has an ace or something. And that's pretty sick. Because I kind of expect him to have an ace to call. But I'm going to go ahead and bet it. I'm going to check it. Let him bet it. And check it again. Because that's a sick river card for me. Big blind special doesn't always work out like you want it to. I like the call there because it's such a small amount. And again, I flop a good hand. And don't lead out again. So, let's see if I screw myself again. Since I min-raised last time, that didn't lead out and had a hand, I'm going to call. And I think I've just kind of screwed myself twice here. But oh well, I'm short stacked and signing up for the next tournament. question is, if I check, does he bluff? And I misclick because I meant to click time, and that really sucks. And he does bet. So we put it in and hope for the best. I'm not too sure about how bad those look. At least you know what I was thinking behind them, so you can tell me if my thinking was wrong. I'm thinking I should have bet out on the flush, but I think people are they're just gonna fold on a flush board, monotone board, so much, and you'll get called by bigger flushes or maybe the ace is gonna call. I like to defend my big blind, especially to a min raise, and I'll put a note on him if he's like min raising something good. Probably take me today, at least, has been a weird day. Um, It'll probably take me a few games to get coordinated, start playing right. Same place Clicky's from, Cyprus. This guy is in yet another pot. And he overbets. Kind of makes me think he hit a hand there. Maybe he hit something, he hits queen something. I haven't seen him overbet yet that I noticed. I've been thinking about this one for a few hours because I saw it coming up. It is a multi-entry, and I've really liked those so far. Just because I can get in them and get knocked out and then get right back in it.
aside from me making horrible mistakes because I am not really into it right now, I think this video is probably pretty boring. Not talking much, but it's all good. Actually, the way things are going right now, I'm not even feeling like signing up for the next tournaments. I was actually up really late last night. Had a water tank freeze and it thawed out because it was going to get much colder, and if it froze all the way, it could break the tank. So was messing with that till like 2, 3 o'clock. I've noticed when I have a pretty normal day, normal sleep, kind of doing a lot better. I want to be committed here, um, just because I want someone to raise over me. I don't know if they're that aggressive in these games. I do know, like, if I was at a full tilt tournament, they would definitely be all over me, raising with king tens, stuff like that. I don't know if that looked obvious, like, if I'm pushing there, you can know I don't have a king. Seems kind of ridiculous to call, but who knows. I'm going to sign up for another game, but I am not going to do these right now. Do something cheaper. 50, 100 blinds, I think I can handle that. And luckily they're on break. So we'll pause the video and hopefully return more awake or something. So I'm back. Um, Started some tea going. Maybe it'll wake me up or something. Hot tea. I kind of I didn't pay attention today to the time, but I now realize I woke up extremely late, later than I thought, and it's already 5 now. So I think by now I don't know. It seems like I have a peak time to play around 2 times a day, starting around 10 in the morning till just afternoon, and then again in the evening. And this is definitely not when I'm moving and grooving. I'll be right back. Since I can keep these videos pretty small, I'll probably just start recording all my sessions and watch them again. Upload ones that I think are going to be interesting. Uh, not necessarily the best that I play or something like that. I'm not vain, so there's no need to hide when I make mistakes or anything. And I do. I'm stopping the recorder when I have to sneeze or something. So I hope that doesn't screw things up. Again, Ace Queen. We're gonna play this kind of aggressive. It's not suited, so it's not the best, and I fold. I'm not ready to get into 3-betting yet. Um, I am in late position. I would have position on the guy, but I need to turn my HUD on if I'm not going to pay close enough attention. That will help a little bit. I gotta change all these views. Just had to yell at my cat there, so I paused it again. The mini HUD that I just loaded is fewer stats than my normal HUD, and there's no filter set. Um, there's no huge difference, I guess. I don't know. I'm still kind of playing around with my stats. As far as when I was in the Super Turbos, it was really only helpful to have VPEP and preflop raise. And anything beyond that just seemed to be extra noise. And I'm kind of along the lines right now that you only need VPEP, preflop raise, and still, and fold this still for the tournaments, which that is what these should be. Let's see, what is that? It might be 3-bet. I'm not sure. This is actually in a mess because I don't I haven't set this for stars yet, so everything's too big and it's kind of in the wrong place. $30 big blind shove. It's not great, but I think I'll get called. And I don't, but I pick up a decent pot. I've been playing around with the 30 and 20 big blind shoves, especially over 3-bets and 2-bets, or raises and 3-bets. So 4-bet shoving and 3-bet shoving, and I've had pretty good success with it so far. I don't want to raise there. I'm just going to call and see if someone else will call. and they don't. That is a bad flop for me, but a good finish. And over here, my plan is just to c-bet and raise the c-bet. Don't normally do this, but I think it's going to be a good spot. This guy is obviously active. He likes what he sees or something, so go ahead and play with him. And normally I'd raise, but something about the min bet after a limp is kind of turning me off. I do like that flop for my hand. And over here we are going to c-bets. And now I no longer like this flop for my hand, but we are going to go ahead and bet out. I think he only calls with the ace. Should be raising a queen or a 9. So I think I pretty much get a lot of folds there. And with him calling, I don't think there's a huge point in betting the river. Might go all in, but kind of hope for him to do that so I could fold. That guy just decided to show up and start playing. Turn on the aggression post flip. These deuce are pretty close, but I think you get a lot of folds. And that is not quite a race. 5 ball. It's like one of the times you want them to hit their set. Kind of goes back to the screw up in the hand versus this guy. Not really sure that, especially on the turn, there's no need to barrel there, but I did it. I will probably, when this session's done, I will probably come back and this evening and try again. Try to be more lively and ready to go. In all reality, I need to just pay attention to this game. So I'm going to make it bigger and not load anything else. So I can actually do what I need to do. And if I could pick up being um, more live than I am right now, then I'll go ahead and load more games. I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is purring, so if you hear a rumble, that's what it is. I have no problem c-betting here. I don't see any need to make a huge c-bet, but I think that they're gonna re-raise with the ace kings and stuff. So I get calls with flush draws and nines. And if he does have a king here, good for him. And on the turn, I usually would bet out here. I'm going to go ahead and push. And he does have king 3. So I'm going to stop for now and wake up or something. And come back refreshed. Just ridiculous when you're... we've all had days like this, so it's all good.